I called it a mock trial. It was. There's nothing legal about what they did to Jesus. They brought him forth to the Sanhedrin, ready to bring forth witnesses. Those witnesses were all liars. None of their stories could match up. Jesus could have mounted a marvelous defense, but he didn't. He stayed silent. In that silence, they took their opportunity over and over again. And then they landed on the one thing that they could catch him on. Are you the Son of God? There was no other answer to that question. So Jesus said, yes, I am the Son of God. What happened next, the drama that unfolds, would be comical if it wasn't so absolutely malice in its intent. As the head priest tore his clothes and screamed out in anguish, "Blasphemy!" And Jesus remained silent, because this was his path. And this would be the beginning of the destruction of Jesus. It's sunrise on this Good Friday. It's when a Roman official starts his day. And so the Sanhedrin bring Jesus to Pontius Pilate at this particular moment. They're thrilled because they're sure that Pilate will do what they need him to do: kill Jesus. At that exact same moment, in a field outside of Jerusalem, there's Judas. He's broken, gripped with anguish, guilt, shame. So he takes his own life in that field. It's a tragic end to a story that could have ended in glorious redemption. Jesus is standing before Pilate. Pilate is a cruel man. He is known to be without morals or values. He really doesn't care about what other people want or need. What he cares about is his own political gain. And so he has Jesus before him. The Sanhedrin thinks this will be easy. But Pilate doesn't trust Jews. So he's very weary of why they have brought Jesus to him. The trial goes without a hitch. Evidence is brought forth, witnesses, just like it's supposed to be. And then it comes time for Pilate to be able to ask questions and talk to advisors. The Sanhedrin knows that if they bring the charge of blasphemy, then Pilate would not really care. The Romans have many gods. Blasphemy is not part of their vocabulary. So the Sanhedrin brings a different charge. Something that they had heard, that Jesus was calling himself the King of the Jews. This was a charge that could stick. It was a political charge. But Jesus, he wasn't political. We as people of church, Christ's church, need to remember that it is a difficult line to walk if we wade into political issues. It is ours to teach spiritually, to guide, so that people will be more like Christ. And that would influence society. That would influence law. But these charges, they're there. King of the Jews. So Pilate really only has one question. Are you the King of the Jews? Jesus was a king. King of kings. Lord of lords. But he's quiet. It's a little unnerving for Pilate. He's used to groveling. He's used to begging for life. But Jesus stands in silent dignity. Pilate's not sure what to do. So he decides, best case scenario is, what I'll do is have him beaten and scourged. That maybe will take the Sanhedrin off my back and we could just move forward. I don't want a riot. I don't want a problem to be happening here. So that's what they do. They scourge Jesus. Scourging is absolutely humiliating. They take an individual out and they tie him to a post. They strip him bare. Then they take a whip, flagellium, and they put pieces of metal or bone within that whip. And they give him lashes against his back and his legs. Later on in the word, it says that Jesus received 39 lashes. This would have tore the skin from his back and legs, leaving him bloody, broken, weak, and near death. And then they take him back to Pilate. Pilate thinks that he has a loophole he can use. It is common at Passover that the ruler of the time would give an option to the people of a prisoner to set free. And so Pilate brings before the people Jesus, Barabbas. Barabbas is a murderer, a rebel rouser, somebody who has caused riots and conflict. Pilate definitely doesn't want to let this one go. And then there's Jesus, a man that Pilate is having a hard time finding any fault with. He thinks this is going to be an easy choice. So he stands before the crowd and he shouts out to them, I will release one prisoner. Who would you like? Barabbas or Jesus, the King of the Jews?" And the crowd, much to his dismay, shouts. So we're on the hill. A lot has happened. Jesus has been asked to carry the cross, the instrument of his death. However, due to all the beatings and the scourging that took place, he couldn't carry it all the way. So the soldiers compel a man out of the crowd, Simon. He picks up that cross and carries it for Jesus all the way to the top of the hill. So they get there, there is more mocking to be done. A purple robe, a crown of thorns, spitting, jeering, hitting. And then they tear the cloak off, reopening old wounds. And that's all before we hear the ring of the nail and the hammer as they nail his hands and his feet to the cross. And then they lift him up, and it slams into space. There he is, hung between the earth and the heavens. His breathing is getting shallower now. He's lifting himself up on those nail-pierced hands and feet just to grasp at breath. Then he asked the Father to forgive those who had done this to him. And then in one last breath, he commits his spirit to the Father. And the earth quakes, and the ground cracks, and the curtain veil is torn from top to bottom, and the sun is blotted out by the darkness, and the vile nature of all sin piles upon Jesus. Indeed, it was finished.
Oh, the blood, crimson love, price of life's demand, shameful sin placed on him, the hope of every man. And oh, the blood of Jesus washes me, and oh, the blood of Jesus shed for me. And what a sacrifice that saved my life. Yes, the blood, it is my victory. Savior, Son, Holy no greater love, greater